So after a while, if you survey the entire floor, you will get something like this. You will have all your APs. In most cases, you do not bring that many access points. You typically bring 2 or 3. They are on a pole and on a stick, and then they are going to be reused. Your first one, you get the second one with the first 2, and then you take the first one and you move it, and that's your third AP, and you move it that way. So 2 or 3 APs are usually sufficient. Also, very commonly, you don't survey the entire floor. If you do a predictive test, right, a planning exercise, and you have some predictive value for your AP positions, what you do with the AP on the stick may be simply to verify if the planning was right. And if you find very few differences between what you find on site and what the planning tool gave you, then you may assume that most of the AP positions are going to be right, and you may just test a few of them to validate the test you did with the planning. And then instead of surveying the entire floor, the entire 80 access points in my example, you may be surveying maybe only half a dozen or maybe 10. And if you find that there are major differences between what you detect on site and what the planning tool gave you, because the RF environment is different, because the wall structure is different, then you may have to survey the entire floor. And of course, that is going to be time consuming. But at some point, we'll have done it all, and you will have the expected location of all the access points. At that point, you'll be deploying the network. Once the network has been deployed, just the way you see it here, your next task is to go back on site and verify. Verify means that you're going to start from a corner and do pretty much a passive site survey. You're going to move around on the building and verify that at each and every single point of the floor, you have at least the signal level and the data rate that you're expecting based on the application requirement. This phase is crucial because the guy who installed the access points may not know what your requirements were and may have to move the access points slightly on the right and the left, etc., based on physical constraints that you were not aware of when you do a site survey. So verifying that once the network is deployed, it does fulfill the requirements of the application is critical, because then you may discover that you may have to add a couple of access points or maybe move some of the access points. So that is not a phase that you can avoid to do. You have to do it.